Okay, everyone, welcome back to Backend Magang. Stay humble and keep the excitement to learn like a newbie intern. Yeah, as usual, before we start, I would like to thank you for all of you for supporting me by subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, and for today, we will talk about the GZIP. So, do you ever felt frustrated when an app loads too slowly? And perhaps it's not the app, but it's the size of the responses. So, when your server sends large uncompressed responses, user with slower connection will suffer. But here's the good news, a tiny tweak can make your app faster and lighter. So today we will see how adding GZIP compression to a Golang app can dramatically reduce the response size and improve the performance. So without further ado, let's get it on.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, as usual, I have a simple example program to demonstrate this. Okay, let's jump to the code. Okay, as you can see on my screen, I have, I have two endpoints, this one and this one. But this one, I still comment it because we will talk about the first one first. So this is the without optimization endpoint. In this method, in this endpoint, it will call this method, the data handle method. So this is the data handle method, as you can see on my screen. So this method will generate a JSON response containing 1000 sample data objects, and sets the response content type to JSON and sends it to the client. Perhaps I will run this program first. Okay, and then I will open the new terminal. So why I open the new terminal? Because I will use URL to fetch data and save it into a file called uncompressed .json, and here's the format: curl http localhost port 8080/data, and then output uncompressed.json, then boom. Okay, as you can see on my screen, the file is already created, and I will display the detailed information about the file uncompressed.json, in a human readable format. So this is the command ls-lh, and then the name of the file, uncompressed.json. Now, so as you can see on my screen, for this time I will copy this data to the code so we can remember and we can use it later. Okay, as you can see on my screen, this is the position. Okay. In a simple way, here's what happened when we hit this endpoint. And then here's where's the magic happen. So I will uncomment this method, and I comment this method. Okay, so this endpoint is just the same endpoint, but I use a middleware before this the endpoint called the data handle function. So this is the middleware, GZIP middleware. Okay, so as I told before, here's where the magic happens. So by adding just a few yeah, just a few lines of middleware, we can compare this response using GZIP. So this is the output code there, as you can see on my screen. This is the GZIP compression method. So in the simple way, the method of GZIP middleware is an HTTP middleware for compressing responses using GZIP if the client supports it. So this help reduce the size of the dataset over the network and improving bandwidth usage and potentially speeding up the response time. And it takes an HTTP handler as input. Yeah, as you can see on my screen, the next, and returns a new HTTP handler. So this allow it to intercept and process requests or response before passing them to the next handler in the chain. And yeah, in a simple way, the middleware defines a new handler function to wrap around, the existing one. And yeah, the middleware check if the client has sent a header indicating support for GZIP encoding. If the client doesn't support GZIP, it will skip the compression and directly call the next handler. So as you can see on my screen, this is, we check the client supporting or not for the GZIP. And after that, a GZIP writer is created which compress data written to it, and this wraps the original response writer. And yeah, the differ GZ close this. Okay, as you can see on my screen, ensure the writer is properly closed after compression, even if an error occurs. So we will see the impact. Let's try the same endpoint, and yeah, we will look at the difference. So I will terminate the process first, and I will run it again. Yeah, we will run this endpoint, and yeah, we'll use the curl again. Sorry. So this is the command curl dash capital H, and then in the quote mark accept dash encoding colon gzip, and then the address http localhost port 8080/data, and of course I will save the response using another file. Let's call it compressed.json. So I'm sorry, that's this output compressed.json, and boom. Okay, as you can see on my screen, the file is already created, and I will show the information regarding the file. So I will do this again, ls-lh, and I'm sorry, lh typo compressed.json. Okay, now I will copy this to the code. I think this time you'll see the difference. This is the same API, but with the different the different result. So okay, with that the optimization, the API response is around 76 kilobyte. That's the raw JSON data being sent directly from the server. And with the optimization using GZIP compression, the same data, it's just 7.8 kilobyte. That's about 10 times smaller, right? This means the optimized version save almost 90% of the bandwidth. So pretty well, right? Yeah. So I will highlight the practical impact. Let's imagine we have 1,000 users hitting this API. Without GZIP, the server send out 75 megabyte of data, but with GZIP it's only 7.8 megabyte. So that saving of 68.2 megabyte for just one API, and multiply that by multiple endpoints or user, and you are reducing the server load and speeding up the experience for your user. So this is a win-win solution. Everyone wins. And why this is matter? So for user on slower connection or even mobile device, this make a huge difference. Smaller data mean faster loading times, and a response that might take a second now takes a fraction of that. This tweak doesn't just help the user tough, it also help the server handle more requests without getting overwhelmed. So one small change, but the impact massive. To make it easier to understand, I think imagine, think of it like packing a suitcase. Without GZIP, you are just tossing everything in, and it takes up way more space. And with GZIP, you are rolling up your clothes and compressing them so they fit nicely. Same content but way smaller packets. And for the real world use case of GZIP in API response, let's take the example of data analytic dashboard that fetch a large dataset for visualization. When the dashboard requests a comprehensive data report, in example, metrics or logs over a year, the response could be several megabytes of JSON, of course. So without GZIP, the large response would consume significant bandwidth, causing slow loading times, especially for users on limited or slower networks. It may also increase the server data transfers cost. And with GZIP, the same response is compressed to a fraction of its original size, reducing bandwidth usage and improving loading speed. So clients can fetch the report quickly, even on slower connection, improving the overall user experience. And uh, the best part is easy to implement, right? This is so how small change like enabling GC compression can create big improvement. It's a simple line of code, but it saves bandwidth, improve the performance, and makes your app a lot more efficient. So don't overlook the little things in your code. They can make all the difference. So that's it, everyone. With just a few lines of code, you've made your app faster and more efficient. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comment what's your favorite small tweak for improving app performance. So once again, thank you very much. Until next time, cheers, Backend Maga.